I'm gonna raise a fuss, I'm gonna raise a quarrel.
Welcome to Channel 7 coverage of the Dream Cruise 2004, the 10th anniversary. That we've blown right through dusk. We're now well into dark, and this thing takes on a whole new light and a whole new life under the dark.
A whole lot of fun out here, and it's really a family affair. So let's check in with our father and daughter team, Dick and Joanne Parton.
Well, if you cruised Woodward back in the late 50s or the early 60s, maybe even the middle 60s, you remember the voice of Lee Allen on WXYZ radio. In fact, I competed in those days for a couple of months when I was at night in Keto 13 against Lee. It was a great time, that cruising time back in those 50s and 60s, and Eric Smith captures Lee Allen's cruising story.
Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, and Florence Ballard with the biggest song so far in 1965 here on the Lee Allen Show, #1 around town. Now, don't forget...
He was as much the sound of Motown as the music that the Supremes or Marvin Gaye or the Temptations were making down on West Grand Boulevard in those days. Yeah. Today, a few decades later, well, not that much has changed. The hair's a little grayer, maybe a little thinner, but the man and the voice are still vintage Detroit.
And there were only about 9 radio stations, so it didn't take a genius to be well known. If you could breathe, you made it.
Lee Allen was probably on just about every radio in every car on those warm summer nights on Woodward Avenue. Of course, in those days, it wasn't known as the Woodward Cruise. It was more like the Motor City Speedway.
It was the world's largest drag strip then. But you never heard about a lot of accidents or anything like that. People would just start out and see who could win. And the car companies came out here, and they would put their prototype. They'd take a body that's all beat up so it looked like it was an old car, but inside was next year's model, you know, and they would come out and drag race the kids.
Let you in on a little secret here. When Lee was playing some of those Sinatra songs to close out his show, he was really on tape. Yeah, he was listening to himself on Woodward Avenue, doing a little personal ratings check along the strip.
So the deal was that you'd come down to Woodward and you'd drive into the parking lot, roll the window down, and you put on my program on WXYZ and turn it down. If I could hear it echoing in the parking lot, got a job next month.
All the special memories of all those great years are now captured on the printed page. Yep, the man with the golden horn has written a book about those golden years of Detroit radio, so now you can call him Lee Allen, the author.
Reeling and rocking,
Biggest dance song in town.
we was reeling and rocking way till the break of dawn.
Chuck Berry is reeling and rocking at every dance in town tonight. Saturday night, Lee Allen with the Detroit Sound. I looked at my watch, and to my surprise, I was dancing with my horn.
To hear the fine-toned horn again. Oh, it's great to see Lee. Well, it's been a long time since I was spinning his records out there at the Wall Lake Casino. Want to take a trip down memory lane? Well, Lee's new book comes out today. Yes, the day of the Woodward Cruise. Just stop by Allied Printing on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. He'll sign a copy for you. By the way, just tell Lee Eric sent you. Well, I gotta go, as we used to say in the old days. See you later, alligator.
Lee Allen with that fine-tone ashtray of his.